the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Welcome back. We're live in Vegas. Circa Resort Casino. We'll get to the baseball card coming up in about 15 minutes. Heavy props as well. We will begin the hour with some weekend betting takeaways. Golf. Look, I think you can have it both ways with the sport of golf. Like, meaning you're going to get just like unbelievable drama throughout all 4 days of an event and how it always delivers that way. Or you're going to see like pure dominance from the best guy to do it since Tiger Woods. And that's what we had over the weekend in Scottie Scheffler. He ran away with it starting on Saturday. When did you think it was over with, by the way?
Well,
Going into Saturday or right away Saturday?
Yeah, I know. I think Friday was, I think Thursday was big because, he only hit 3 fairways in round 1, which it spelled doom for the rest of the field. I guess that's easy to say now, but that's how I felt. Mm-hmm. And I know others who bet golf felt the same way that we were on the text thread.
Yeah.
Then it was just, once he gets that lead, forget about it. But I understand from the golf fan and casual viewer who's like, wow, this isn't fair. 5-6 shot lead, $7 favor, forget it. But the betting, and that's why golf always delivers from the betting standpoint what was on the line. The winner without markets, top 5, top 10, thanks to the tweet, Bryson DeChambeau was plus 880 to finish top 10 after the horrific first round that he had. English must have paid a big, huge price. Winner without, and then English top 5, Lee top 5, Goddard up top 5, Fitz top 5, and then the round 1 stuff too, or top 10, and then the round 1 stuff, which I know was a 5-way tie, but the drama that you had there as well, which was awesome.
I get it. Everybody wants to hit a 200-to-1 shot in a golf event throughout the year, but Pauly, I would tell you, like, cashing those bets that you just talked about, and that's why I think betting golf is so much fun. To have 4 days of action, or 2 if you're betting like to miss the cut, because there are so many ways to bet the sport and so many like days in a row to have action, and the top 5, top 10, top 20 stuff can not only be great sweats, but the payouts can be awesome.
Yeah.
Like every week in golf. And a takeaway with Scottie is if you ever see him at 5-1 or better on anything, it's got to be an automatic play. I doubt we're going to see that number ever again.
Yeah.
We talked to Jeff Sherman again, unless he just is completely struggling early next season. There's no way he's going to get to like 5-1 at the Masters next year. I shopped around today. The best I could find was 4-1. And that actually might be a pretty decent number for the guy.
McIntyre snuck in there too.
Yeah, he did.
He closed strong as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys like that. Like even Fowler made it a top. I think he finished outside, but Fowler was in the top 10 at one point.
Yeah, he definitely finished
Sunday.
top 20, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Major League Baseball, it's turning into a really good season. A lot of great storylines, one of which we're watching here with the Milwaukee Brewers. Again, they finished off the season sweep of the Dodgers. I saw this on X, I think it was Sarah Langs who had it. They are the first team to sweep the defending champs for a full season since the Brewers did it to the Marlins back in the 90s.
Wow.
And the year after the Marlins won the World Series that year, 3 teams finished off a season sweep against that team. I think they had a fire sale after the 97 team or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. So, but that's how difficult it is, and the Brewers just did that. And as a result, I mean, Kiss 35-1 2 weeks ago to win the NL. Bye.
Yeah.
Like 10-1 now.
Well, my takeaway is in light of what's happened here the last couple days, but looking at the numbers, I think the division odds are out of whack. The Dodgers have lost 10 of 12. They're minus 2,000 still to win the division. How can the Cubs be minus 260 at Will Hill Caesars? Milwaukee's won 10 in a row. Well, you just said how well they're playing. The Cubs can't be 260. How are the Yankees favored to win the East?
I don't understand.
3.5 back. Toronto gets them at home here. Toronto just swept them in a 4-game set. Yankees again favored today. The Phillies seem cheap at $1.80. The Mets are going through issues right now. Concerns about the pitching staff. All of a sudden can't win a game at home. Lindor's 0 for his last 21. And I still, even though they've won 5 of the last 6, I still think the Astros are too low, and the Astros are going to win the division as well. But I think there's a lot of stuff there with the division markets, with what's going on, and a lot of value as well.
How many casual fans do you think understand that right now the Brewers are tied with the Cubs for the 1 seed in the National League. And by the way, both those teams, basically one game back of the Tigers overall. Half a game. Tigers have 60 wins and 40 losses, though two teams are 59 and 40 on the year. The Brewers are tied. Both teams are better than the Dodgers right now overall in the year.
Yep, and Mizorowski goes tomorrow, I believe. It's fun. Tell you, I mean, if they win tonight and the Tigers lose, they have the best record in baseball, and that hasn't happened this late in the season since 1982 when they went to the World Series.
Let me ask you. Yep. So last week we were each in this blackjack draft, and the people who we were bounced in the first round. Dave Ross, Morning Show, made it. He was picking, I think, 5th overall. 12 people eventually, as a result of where you finish in the blackjack draft, your chip count, got a future ticket, a free bet on a team to win the World Series. If you were picking number 1 overall, it was a $20,000 free bet, by the way. Which team are you taking?
I think my order was Detroit, Philly, Cubs, Brewers, or something in that range. This is before what the Brewers did, but
right.
I just think, or I think I had the Astros on there. I think you had to look at Detroit or Houston because Detroit's likely to get the 1 seed, and the Astros are going to win the division. And plus the pedigree and the history of the Astros, where they always seem to be in the mix. But I can't get past the Phillies pitching staff.
Yeah, I think it would have been Philly for me.
Yeah. But I know our friend Mike Sanderson took a shot and took the Brewers 4th overall at a big number.
Yeah, that's the thing, right?
Because I would have gone Phillies there, but he went Brewers.
Oh, the Phillies were still available at 4.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, they would have been, yeah, that's a definite consideration at 4. I thought when we talked off air, you said something different. Okay. So the Phillies were still available at 4, as were the Brewers. Oh, those two teams would have been certainly 1 and 1A for me at that point. But again, those numbers now, after what Milwaukee did, are gone now.
I can't believe Yankees-Dodgers went 1-2. That got me. So you cashed a nice ticket on the Summer League champions with Charlotte, but I think it's tough to bet. And I wanted to track all these numbers based on the moves and how it started where they were all wrong in spectacular fashion. How about Friday and Saturday? Knicks opened the dog, went off a 5.5-point favorite, lost by 9. Toronto bet up from 3 to 5, lost by double digits. Detroit from 2 up to 4.5, lost by 12. The Blazers from 3.5 up to 5.5, lost 111 to 87. That was Saturday. Friday, Orlando lost by 23, took money. Utah plus 2.5, went off the favorite, lost by 13. Pelicans from 2 up to 4.5, lost by 9. Lakers took money, lost by 22. And you have that whole debacle with the Atlanta Hawks, who didn't lose a game until yesterday, but were 4-0 and then couldn't make the semis because of point differential. But there's a consolation bracket, but then I only get 4 teams in, but you had all these teams that were 4-0, and Atlanta was one of them. Sorry, great job. How do you handicap that? You place a bet on the Hawks, they don't lose, but because of point differential, they can't go in. I
had Atlanta at 60-1 to win the Summer League. And I had no idea that was a result of what was going to happen with the point differential either. But again, I'm betting them overall. They go undefeated. And they have a pretty good. They have to tinker with the rules.
Yes.
I mean that's stupid.
Yes, I agree.
A team goes undefeated, you can't even make the playoffs. Knock it off.
Yeah.
Do something different about that.
Yep.
But I think we saw a lot of rookies looked awesome.
Yes.
Including Neat Clifford. That's the guy that I talked about the day after the draft. He actually, you can still find him as high as 200 to 1 to win Rookie of the Year. I would say don't even try because you're going to get $5 on it. So what's the point? I was going to bet him today at circa at 150 to 1. I literally went to bet him, and as I was doing it, it moved to 80 to 1, then moved to 40 to 1. So somebody had that same exact idea.
Oh man, bad beat.
You're right.
Bad beat.
But that guy for the first 4 games of the Kings was awesome.
Yep. 2 more. Mm-hmm. Number 1, you got to get people in the building. And you need regular customers. If you're running a casino or you're a corporation, don't gouge people. And what Derek Stevens did over the weekend, and he's in studio tomorrow, open bar 7 to 9, gave away $5,000 in free play in a 15-minute span. They had free slot tournaments throughout the day that they had as well. $25 in free slot play if you played certain games also in other parts of the casino. And the garage was at capacity at 6 o'clock. Helped that you had some big fights, UFC, Pacquiao fight as well. But it's just right when you walk in, you expect me to gamble and spend money, and it's $20 for a beer.
Oh, it's $40 to park.
$40 to park. Resort. You're getting hit from every direction upside the head.
Yep.
But with this, everyone walked away having a great time. And the fact that you would think you'd get a customer for life. with what he did with the open bar 7-9, all the bars, and then what he did with the free slot play as well. And then other commissioners and sports all around the world should take note. And what poker did while we were on vacation. The Grinder, great nickname. Michael Mizrachi, who for the 4th time won the $50,000 buy-in Players Championship. A month later, won the main event. As always, would a pro ever do it again with the field, which is over 9,700 people. He won first place, $10 million. They come out. Congratulations. Here's the money. Congrats. Here's your bracelet worth $500,000. And, oh, by the way, bam, right into the Hall of Fame. You go right into the great presentation. Phil Ivey was there. Phil Hellmuth was there. I know Hellmuth and Negreanu were leading the charge. Great job by everyone involved. You know, Brady, Jeter, whoever. Talk about the greats, Tiger Woods. There should be no list, no 5-year waiting list. We just put the guy right in the Hall of Fame if you're one of the all-time greats. And certainly what Mizrachi did will never be, no one will pull that off again.
Okay, so let me use another sport then as a comparison. The night that Clayton Kershaw struck out his 3,000th batter, right there, boom, Hall of Fame.
Not bad. The career he's had, yeah.
Sure.
Guy Sandy Koufax, regular season.
Derek
yeah.
Jeter hits a home run for hit number 3,000 in his career. Boom. There you
right
go, pal.
there.
You're going to the Hall of Fame.
Do it there. You can do it with this presentation right there.
I don't hate it.
Absolutely, yeah. Brady wins the 5th, 6th Super Bowl, whatever.
The Super Bowl with the Buccaneers. Here you go, pal.
That's it.
We'll get into today's Major League Baseball card coming up next. What to do with Skeens and Ohtani props on Follow the Money, VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Happy baseball coming up. Props, a lot of them coming up bottom of the hour. We'll hit some of those here as well and also get into the game numbers that we have tonight in Major League Baseball. Full card, obviously. These teams not getting the day off because we had the All-Star break just last week. And we get the Tigers taking on the Pirates tonight in Pittsburgh. Pauly, it is Jack Flaherty against Paul Skeens. The Pirates were swept by the White Sox over the weekend. They've lost 9 out of 10 games. Now, on the flip side, the Tigers also had lost 6 straight. Scooble so good last night. Sunday Day Baseball saved their bacon there and avoided a 3-game sweep, snapping the 6-game winning streak. I'm kind of torn what to do on this game with the betting numbers overall. Well, other than I'm not betting the Pirates to win the game. Minus 125 at that number. No way, no how. They might. I'm not laying 25 cents with it. I'm also not going to bet Paul Skeens in the first 5. You know, the total intrigues me at 7 because Flaherty is combustible. However, the Pirates' offense has been a disaster for pretty much the entire year, and you know that, and this is very random, but Skeens just doesn't get run support, man.
No, that's bad. It's beyond embarrassing. And he hasn't allowed a first-inning run in 25 straight starts, if you want to play the Nerfy. But I know that was popular with the All-Star game. 40-cent move on that prop. But a 1.49 ERA his last 12. He's got 1 win. And the Pirates are 6-6 in those starts. That's ridiculous. And you mentioned they were swept. They outscored 27-7 against the god-awful White Sox. So I know we're not big Flaherty fans, but he's won 10 straight decisions against Pittsburgh. It's 15 starts with a 2.63 ERA. It's Detroit or pass. I just see this every single time in Skeens starts.
All right. And by the way, I was very strong on this a couple of weeks back. In fact, you asked me like a second and a third question about it. I would not advise betting Paul Skeens to win the National League Cy Young at plus money now because the favorite is flipped. Again, 9 out of 10 games they've lost. Swept by the, I mean, come on, the Chicago White Sox here.
Well, he had the bad start against Mizrachi, too.
Yeah, and they will shut him down. Yeah? I'm quite confident in saying that.
Okay, yeah.
And the Phillies will not shut down Zach Wheeler. That's not going to happen.
Right.
And he goes tonight.
He goes, and I like him a lot, and it continues to move. Look at this. It won't stop. It's 245 at DraftKings. The run lines moved 15 cents, too, since we've been on the air.
Oh.
Now, they're going to touch Bueller up, I think, but, yep. Running a half now, minus 127. But I think they bounce back after a disappointing series against the Angels. and I think they're going to win that division as well. I know Red Sox fans are excited, and rightfully so. The 10-game winning streak came to an end. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Cubbies. I misspoke earlier. Second most difficult schedule left in the American League the rest of the way. But I just don't think you can. Now, they should do something at the deadline. Got to make some moves. You got the Giants to eat that Devers contract. That's a gift. And you're playing so well, and the kids are doing a good job, and Anthony's reached base 13 games in a row. But you need more pitching, but I think they're going to touch up Buehler tonight. But again, we're 245 now with the Phillies.
I wish it was a different pitching matchup here, so I could still lay it with Wheeler but get a better number, because I do think they're going to get to Buehler in this game. But as you said, I mean, it's as high as 245 now in the market. In fact, the first 5 here at Circa is also minus 245. Half a run you could lay in the first 5, but you got to lay 60 cents with that. Now, I'm looking at the K-props, by the way. Well, you know, I'll do more of that coming up in about 12 minutes on this game, because there is somebody that is super high on that. But
good.
So do you want to are you okay with laying like 15 cents right now on the run line?
Yes. Yep.
I think I might be as well.
I think they'll club them. I lean Cleveland as well. This goes in less than half an hour. Cleveland's won 8 of 10. And Sagano goes for Baltimore.
Oh, boy.
It's his first start in 11 days. 11 days. And they gave him time off because he had an ERA of 7 in his last 6 starts. And they're going to be sellers at the deadline. So you know morale's low in Baltimore. Cleveland probably is as well. But they're playing well, and they're only $1.45 at home. And I also lean the Marlins, who've played great ball going back.
Yeah.
Perez has won his last 3 starts. He's $1.40. You're not a Vasquez fan. This is a 10-game road trip for the Padres. They took 2 out of 3 against the Nats. But as I mentioned earlier, 31-9 against teams with a losing record. But it's kind of anti-Vasquez here. And the Marlins playing good ball. Seems like they're cheap at home tonight.
Paul, they're ahead of the Braves in the NL East.
Yeah.
By like 3 games.
Yeah.
So I've been going back and forth like all day long on Perez playing his K-prop over. I'm looking at some projections that kind of like him tonight. I can't get there because the Padres can be so good at like limiting their strikeouts. So that's one I think I'm going to avoid. I'll tell you what, the Blue Jays at plus money tonight looks kind of appealing to me. Although the Yankees took 2 out of 3 over the weekend. However, that was against Atlanta. The Blue Jays
It was more impressive what Toronto did.
Oh, my God.
Swept the Giants and beat Webb and Ray.
Yeah, Webb and Ray each suffered losses in that game. Not no decisions. They lost the games. They're also 3 games up on the Yankees. They're tied with the Brewers and the Red Sox for the most wins in July. Rodon, good numbers on the year. Gossman, he's kind of hit and miss. But I'll tell you what, Rodon does not have good numbers against this Blue Jays lineup. Mm-hmm. You know, Gossman doesn't really either. I think the play here might be an over in the game at 8.5.
Yep.
Because I think both offenses here, I think, are going to score some runs in this game.
I said it every game when they swept them. Why were the Yankees favored? And why are the Yankees favored again here? So they've won 10 in a row at home. Last time the Jays won 11 in a row at home, 1985. And they're 32-13 going back, second best record in baseball. Now, you're right. Gossman does not have good numbers against the Yankees, but that's why I like the over. And certainly there's some guys we'll get to with player props. But the way Toronto's playing here, and that place is going to be packed tonight, that's just no way.
I will give you a trend involving player props and the Toronto Blue Jays coming up in 10 minutes. It'll knock your socks off.
Where you at with the Reds?
I think they're okay.
Toughest remaining schedule in all of baseball. See if they make moves at the deadline. Singer $1.25.
Can you see that happening?
Will they make moves?
I mean, the one that's going to actually like move the needle at all? I think that's highly unlikely.
I would get Suarez from the Diamondbacks.
That's who Seattle needs to get.
Seattle might get him too, I know.
They should go and make a move for him.
But
I saw today, by the way, talking about this game quickly, Reds-Nats, like reports had to shut down the idea of the Nats trading Mackenzie Gore. You want to trade him already?
Oh, wow. Well, you just got rid of your manager and your GM. I don't know. I don't agree with that move either. Anyways, they've lost 10-12, and Irwin, second most home runs allowed.
Yeah.
I would think the Reds, that could be an over, too, the total of 9 with the Reds game.
All right, a couple of other games tonight. Royals are playing to the Cubs. Cameron goes for Kansas City. Now, the Cubbies here are $1.43 favorite at Circa.
14-mile-per-hour winds, total of 7. I think it's coming in pretty good tonight. Yeah.
The winds are coming in?
I think that's
with the total that way, it has to be. Yeah. Pete Crow Armstrong out of the game. Evidently, knee injury, which is breaking my heart when I saw that. Because I have him to win the National League MVP at a huge number early on in the season. Don't need him to get injured to win that award. Need somebody else, and I don't root for injuries, but you know what I'm talking about there. The Royals avoided the sweep against Miami yesterday. Cameron 3-4 in 12 starts, a 2.31 ERA, only 7.5 Ks per 9. The Cubs did take 2 out of 3 against the Red Sox, as we talked about, and the Cubs' numbers overall against lefties, they are like top 5 or right on that line for top 5 in some of the key metrics, like WRC plus, weighted on base, slugging. That's full season to date. They have been really good against lefties overall.
Yeah. I know we're big Cameron fans, but that's what gives me pause here, as he's been so good other than a couple starts against the Yankees when he got roughed up.
Okay, so by the way, the Skeens K-prop tonight, I don't know if I mentioned that, 6.5. Can you get there with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, because I wanted to tie that into Ohtani, who's going tonight against the Twins.
Yep.
In his last start, he pitched 3 innings for the first time. He's made 5 starts. It was always shorter than 3 innings. They're bringing him back, taking their time, obviously.
15-cent move on the Dodgers now.
Okay. 4 Ks in that game. His prop tonight is 3.5, slightly juiced to the over. Does he get to 4 again? How long is he going to go? Is he going to go 3 innings again? Is it possible that he goes 4 innings? And if he only goes 3 innings, is it enough to think that a bet on over 3.5 Ks is worth it?
I could see that. I could also see the Dodgers on the run line of plus money, which is rare at home. They're frustrated. They're sick and tired of this. Kershaw was livid after the game, and Robert said all the guys are frustrated. They've lost 10 of 12. But again, strong numbers, 30 and 12 against teams with a losing record. I think it's a good price. $1.60 was much better. But Dodgers at home against the Twins, who just lost 2 out of 3 to the Rockies. I mean, you take out Ryan. It's just, come on. Look at their record, and they had that long winning streak as well. The $500 trifecta from G-Bank, First Bet, and VEASAN. All you need to do is open a G-Bank Visa Signature credit card in the first 90 days, deposit, and play through $1,000 at First Bet to trigger the $500 trifecta. You get $200 in cashback rewards on your G-Bank Visa Signature credit card, and First Bet will give you a $100 deposit match. VEASAN completes the try with a free 6-month pro subscription. It's the $500 try from G-Bank, First Bet, and VEASAN. Go to VEASAN.com/GBank. One-time promotion limited to customers opening a new account in response to this offer. Apply today. Terms and conditions apply.
Incredible trend prop with the Blue Jays and unbelievable first 5 numbers next here on VEASAN.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
So I personally feel like Zach Wheeler's K-prop tonight at 8.5 is pretty close to where it should be. However, when you go to vsin.com and you click on the daily K projections link, you can go under tools underneath there. Usually Bill has it in the daily newsletter. I filed it away. I bookmarked it so I don't have to rely on that every single day and go into the newsletter and finding it. It's right there on my laptop and my computer at home. The Ballpark Pal feature that we have teamed up with here at VSiN, their projected line, like they thought Books was they were going to make it a 9.5. They're projecting him for 9.4 Ks tonight. You can get over 9.5 at plus 210. They think, based on their numbers, that's outstanding value. And then when I look at their website and their grid, they have it at 49% of the time that Zach Wheeler is going to reach 10 plus Ks tonight. They have it at 13% of the time he's going to land on 9. So I read that like as a 62% chance that he's going to go over 8.5. And you can get some pretty decent plus money at over 8.5. And then obviously some really nice plus money at over 9.5 if you want to ladder him. They've been very good over time, especially when they have guys at the super high strikeout rates. You get them at some nice plus money. I can't get there tonight personally with Wheeler, but based on their numbers, they have that as a strong bet tonight.
4-1 most strikeouts tonight.
4-1, huh? Okay.
Yep.
They did. They also. I'm looking at the site right now. Jacob Lopez going for the A's against Texas. They made the projected line at 6.5. They projected it over at plus 131. You can find it at plus 175. They have that at 19% value. I will give you this. Lefties are 17-6 on the year over their K-prop against Texas. Lopez can be pretty good with the strikeouts. Here's the trend that I was talking about going over the last month plus involving the Toronto Blue Jays. Opposing pitchers are 22-1. So 20 wins. Check that. 20 unders, 2 overs, 1 push. 22-1 under when they face the Blue Jays at home. Carlos Rodon is going tonight. 5.5 under is like minus 155. What do you do there?
Wow, that's great.
He's a high strikeout guy, but also this Blue Jays offense, and including Vlad Guerrero, has like phenomenal numbers against him, and they don't strike out overall.
Got to keep riding it. I know. I'm a streak guy. Vlad's hitting 600 against him career as well.
Yeah, I played his total bases over plus 120.
Yep. Wheeler, by the way, to get a win, $1.20. About the same as the run line. And then you also have Goldschmidt, who's owned Gossman in his career, and Judge has good numbers against Gossman. But I think it could be the Barry Bonds treatment, though, too. In that 4-game set, when the Jays swept them, they walked him 8 times. So he had some hits. He did some damage, but they tried to contain it and limit it as they walked him 8 times. You can do that with some props tonight and highly anticipate a matchup with the Yankees.
I got some more here when you look at the Ballpark Pal feature on VSiN.com. So they project him for 4.35 Ks tonight. That's Carlos Rodon. And they would make the number at over 4.5 plus 121. It's minus 167 to go over 4.5. So they think he should be a dog to get to 5. And yet, books have it at 5.5. It's a dog to go over that. But just to get to 5, and so now, obviously, if you wanted to play like under 5.5 there, if you can find like minus 150, if you're okay laying that number based on that, I think it's probably a decent bet overall. Some other numbers that I have on this. Austin Gomber. Now, this is one that you just kind of have to hold your nose for and hope that he doesn't get blasted. Lefties are 21-13-1 over against St. Louis on the year. His K-prop is 2.5, minus 125. Ballpark Pal has him striking out 2.04 batters tonight. I don't want to bet it over. I don't want to lay 25 cents with that.
That should be a high-scoring game. That's the favorite for most runs for a reason.
Yep.
And a low price.
Okay. I'll run these down for you, Pauly. Opposing pitchers, 16-4-1 under against the Brew Crew, last 21. George Kirby is 5.5 under, minus 140. Opposing pitchers are 14-4 under against the Red Sox. That ties into Zach Wheeler, me not getting there tonight, minus 145 under 8.5. Opposing pitchers are 7-0 under against the Diamondbacks. Colton Gordon tonight, 3.5. Under is minus 120. I'll flip it here. Last 18 games against the Giants. Pitchers are 14-4 to the over. Bryce Elder, over 4.5 is plus 108. Opposing pitchers are currently on a 10-2 overrun against the Tigers. Paul Skeens against 6.5 we talked about. Opposing pitchers are 7-1 over against Houston. Zach Gallen, 5.5, minus 105.
Well, he's auditioning here. I wouldn't want him, but I think they're going to trade him. But I can't get there. I don't want that.
Neither do I. And opposing pitchers are 8-1 over against the Dodgers. David Festa, 4.5 over is around plus 105. First 5 numbers. The Brew Crew, 17-3-5 last 25 games. This is on the first 5 money line. The Rangers, 14-6-1 last 21. The Mariners, who play the Brewers, are 7-2-4 their last 13. We'll go the other way here. The Orioles are 5-11-5 their last 21 in the first 5, but 8-1 over their last 9.
Ooh, strong.
Yeah, the Red Sox, last 7 games, 1-5-1 in the first 5. The Nationals, horrible last 12 games, 2-5. Check that, 2-10 in the first 5. And the Pirates, last 19 on the road, 1-9 with 9 pushes. Wonky there. And to the over, Diamondbacks 9-1 last 10, first 5. Angels 11-1 over last 12. Cardinals 11-1 over last 12 are thanks to Kevin Rogers, all these numbers.
That good?
That good.
Those are wow. Strong streaks. Texas 61-38-1 to the under on the season. They're 3 back of the wild card. Can they find some offense at the deadline? Pitching's there. It's you got a good 1-2 puncher with Eovaldi and DeGrom, but they haven't been able to hit, especially it's been so bad at home as well. Kansas City 60-39-1 to the under. Colorado 57-40-2. Seattle 55-39-8 to the over. Sacramento 52-41-8 to the over. And we'll see if Seattle's in the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
Go get a stick. You can do this.
Well, I really hope they do that.
You got Yankees, Seattle, Red Sox right now. Tampa, 1.5 back. And then Texas, 3.5 back.
Paul,
Texas 500 is crazy.
I know.
With that pitching, they're 500.
How do the Mariners, thinking about this short-term, long-term, whatever, how do they think in their heads, we're getting this year from Cal Raleigh? They're never going to get this year. This is a career year for Cal Raleigh. He might put up really good numbers for the next 5 years. This is his career year that we're watching. With the idea of this pitching staff coming back together and being, healthy at the same time, how do they not go and make a move at the deadline for a huge stick in the middle?
I know.
My buddy reminded me that.
I know.
In recent years, that team, and on the same year, they actually had Robbie Ray to go along with the pitching. They had Teoscar Hernandez and Suarez on the same team. Couldn't do anything with it.
National League, I think we're set.
I
don't trust the Giants. They've lost 5 in a row now. They're 2.5 back. Your wild card teams would be Milwaukee, the Mets, and the Padres. Padres and Giants, top 5 easiest remaining schedules. Reds, most difficult schedule left. Cardinals, we're going to trade people. Arizona's going to be a seller. Then St. Louis now, horrible timing. Why? Because now you've lost, they've lost 9 of 11 or something?
Yeah.
St. Louis, they've lost 11 of 15. And now you're probably going to trade people, and then Arizona's 500.
Yeah,
they've won 4 in a row, but they're going to trade people too. So I think those are going to be your playoff teams, and I think the schedule's got a lot to do with it.
How many teams do you think actually blow it up? You think the Diamondbacks will do anything beyond Zach Gallen?
I think they will trade Suarez. Yeah, and you got to get him if you're Seattle.
I would agree. You know what?
Eight for 16. 6 home runs, 10 RBIs going back the last 5 games.
Yeah. Ooh. And don't wait for the deadline, by the way. Don't let another team come swooping in. Make that move now. Red Sox have to do something.
Yes.
Now, I don't have any faith that they're going to, but they should. Team,
this is totally unexpected.
I think
the fan base was furious after the Devers trade, and
sure.
you're in the playoffs right now.
I think Boston would be super dangerous come playoff time.
Mm-hmm.
They make a move, get in. That's a team I would not want to play.
Yep. Get our NFL betting guide. It's out now, and our college guide drops August 5th. Want full access to both? Sign up for the football special. Get everything we offer across all sports through the Super Bowl. Just $175. Every best bet, every host, every guest, the betting splits, the dog videos. This expires next Friday. And we got a game next Thursday. Do it now. vsin.com/subscribe. Lock it in. Incredible offer. Football special today. $175 through the Super Bowl. vsin.com/subscribe.
In-pocket plays coming up next. I'm going to get a little nuts with a 14-1 shot. I think there's a path here. I'll explain next year on VSiN.
To determine the winner of any given college basketball game.
Someone gives you 10,000 to 1 on anything. You take it. Take it. Take it.
I bet you $20 I can get you gambling before the end of the day. No way. I'll give you 3-1 odds. Nope. 5-1. Nope. 10-1. You're on.
All right. Before vacation, Blue Jays team total over 5.5 against the A's. Winner. Giants took out the Dodgers. That was Webb at home as a losing streak continued. That was a winner. And this was a rocking chair. Iga, minus 3.5 games against Samsonov. Samson, whatever her name is, the American. How about 6-love, the second time in a final at a Grand Slam in the modern era? Steffi Graf did it in 88.
I saw Luke, our producer,
I
tweet
saw
this
the
out.
same thing, yeah.
Circa offered 6-love in the first set, 22-1. He bet
Yep.
it.
Good job. I know. And you knew early on, oh boy, like the skunk was in play, and it happened. How bad is that? What tickets we're going for? It's a final? 6-love of a Grand Slam? Mm-hmm. Incredible. Oh, that was bad.
Well, you were all over that, though, because you said that...
the letdown spot. She
Anisimova, right, exactly.
Yeah, the letdown spot, and she just upset Sabalenka the previous match and just served her up and put it away. I think she had 7. It was in the second set she had like 8 points for the match. The golf wasn't good. Ben Griffin missed the cut. But I tell you got to bet these top 5, top 10, front porch Bob, top 5, and the winner without. My God. So you want to see, just throw Scheffler out and take these other guys if you had Harris English. Incredible. Big ticket as well. Phillies run line, 1.5 minus $1.20. Wheeler at home. I think they will rock and roll all over Bueller. Enough said.
All right. Very good. All right, here's the 14-1 shot. It's in the NBA. It's based on, I like the roster construction. They're very young. I'm going to need a little bit of help here with the health overall. I'm not going to get silly and tell you that this reminds me of Oklahoma City from a couple of years ago. They're not that good, obviously. But I think the Charlotte Hornets are going to be pretty good next year. And there are many ways that you can approach this. You can play over their win total, 24.5. You can bet over 29.5 wins at plus 220. I don't have access to that book. That's DraftKings, in fact. Not out here in Nevada. Can't bet there anyway. Or can we? Is that up yet?
I was just going to ask the same thing.
Can we bet at DK now suddenly? They're as high as 250-1 to win their division, folks. They are playing with Orlando. Okay, very good, but they had a ton of injuries last year. Miami does not scare me. Atlanta can be good. But if this season's played 250 times, like the Hornets can't be in position to at least hedge that ticket.
Raptors are a mess.
To win that
Nets,
division?
No. Wizards bad. Bulls screwing around, just trying to get in the play-in.
All right, so my play is 14-1 to make the playoffs. So Boston, Knicks, Sixers. I'll give you those 3.
Well, hey, Windhorse thinks the Celtics will be a playing team. I mean, what if there's a big injury again?
I'm going to be extremely generous right now. You get the Celtics, Knicks, 76ers.
Sure.
The Cavaliers, the Bucks, the Pistons, and the Pacers. I'll give you all 7.
Yeah.
All 7. I'll give you Orlando.
Yep.
I'll give you Atlanta.
Yes, got to.
Okay. I can give you Miami. That's 10. And I'm being super generous here. If everything goes right with this team, 14-1 to make the playoffs. Their division, I think, can absolutely stink. And it's the Eastern Conference, folks. That's all I got to do. So that was the way that I'm going to approach it. I think all those players, I think that Kneppel, who knows, might win Rookie of the Year. I don't have a bet on him. Could. McNeely, I think, is going to be a force eventually. Kalkbrenner can be really, really good.
Yeah.
LaMelo's got to stay healthy, but
I don't know about that.
I don't know either. As a like the leader, the guy who's got to be the number 1 player on the team, that's kind of a drawback for sure.
He is a chucker.
Yeah. But other than that, I think they have a pretty good roster. Brandon Miller's super solid. Miles Bridges, okay. I wish they still had Mark Williams, but he's in Phoenix. But they have some other Trey Mann they picked up in the offseason. I don't hate him. So, and tonight, Vlad Guerrero over 1.5 total bases, plus 115, plus 120 in that neighborhood tonight.
Yes.
Has had great numbers against Rodon and fires heat-seeking missiles off this guy, so I'll go to war with him.
We met so many listeners the last couple weeks who took advantage of this. Everyone loves it, and I don't blame them. The all-in package at Circa.
Oh, still today seeing people out here for it.
The ultimate getaway package, just $400, 2-night stay, $100 dining credit, $100 beverage credit, your own day bed at Stadium Swim, all for just $400. Goes through September 4th. Lock it in now, the all-in summer package. CircaLasVegas.com. You want a cabana, rooms, get a booth here at the book. Everything you need, Wilbo, CircaLasVegas.com.
All right.
Paul George underwent a successful procedure on his left knee Monday to treat an injury suffered during a recent workout. Won't tell you where, right? Won't happen, right? Rehab program starts reevaluated prior to the start of training camp. Oh, that does not sound good.
Yep.
Oh, that's bad.
Could be the very beginning of the end.
Yeah. And that
Good draft, though. I think Edgecombe can be a real player.
Yeah.
Let me give some tweets here. Reaction to the show throughout the last 3 hours. At VSiN Live, at Mitch Moss Radio, at Pauly Howard. This is from Martell. Catching up on the barbecue segment. He moved to Texas from New York City. He loves to cook, and he got heavy into barbecue cooking, that entire scene. But he said it wears on you. He cannot eat brisket anymore.
Oh.
Burping smoke for days. Wife nearly divorced me over too much smoked meat. Laugh out loud, he moved on. Yeah. I was talking about how I went to the infamous Q39 in Kansas City over the weekend, and it lived up to the hype.
Did he move on from the woman or the barbecue?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know the answer to that.
That sounds like he moved on.
I'm guessing he moved on from the wife.
From the barbecue.
That's my guess.
Let's say if your wife gets in, if your wife, what is it? If your wife messes with your golf game, get a new wife, or gets in the way of your golf game, right? That shirt.
Yeah. I think that's what it says right around there anyway. This is from Frank. He gives me props for finishing 150 pages of anything. I talked about that, how we have a soon-to-be 15-month-old. He says, with a 13-month-old, I've downloaded the VSiN football guide and the Warren Sharp book. I've yet to even look at them.
Yeah.
It's tough to find your spots, man. I thought I was going to have all last week to sit down. I wanted to read 2 books, and
yeah, I gave you one.
Plans have changed.
I know. You got Munchkin's book here, Gambling Wizards.
Yeah.
And then I finished Advantage Players by Michael Captain.
That's the one I want to get on as well.
Good. The stuff on Phil Ivey's great. Oh.
Yep. And I also talked about the story of how a national sports book allowed me to get $30 down on the Charlotte Hornets to win the Summer League at 35-1. I was allowed to get 30. Thank you very much for that. Tom's chiming in from, he says, trust me, the boys in Youngstown, they would hang up on you for a $30 wager. I know. I should get laughed out of the room.
Yeah.
Local bookies in Las Vegas wouldn't even give me an account, I'm guessing, if I said, hey, I want to bet $30 a game. They'd say, no, thank you. Not worth our time.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Like I said, I pointed out earlier, some of these big numbers on Charlotte. The Westgate has 200-1 on Charlotte to win their division. They'll take a bet. Mm-hmm. They will absolutely take a bet. Pops up right on the app. They'll tell you what you can bet. The one that's offering 250-1 might give you $3.19. I don't know.
I can't believe that sports book paid out the guy on the Rozier bets.
I know it.
I mean, that to me, it's like you can't prove that. Gaming said, can you prove insider information? The guy made 30 bets on his under. He got hurt 10 minutes into the game and left. I mean, come on. He was doing it at 9 a.m. and made 46 bets or 30 bets in 46 minutes.
Right.
And went 30-0. Man, Red Sox touched up Wheeler already.
Did they?
3 spot for the Orioles are still batting. Bibby's getting lit up. 26 straight start. Skeens didn't allow a run in the first inning. Bottom of the first, they got a guy on with 1 out. And Padres got nothing in the first as well.
What did you say the scores in the Red Sox game?
1-0. The Red Sox scored in the first.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
TMZ with a tweet. Shaquille O'Neal says Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion won't last.
Reason?
I'm speculating here, but...
Klay gets after it?
I heard that she likes to take it slow. So plays the waiting game.
Oh, really?
I think she's waiting for marriage.
What? Get out of here. What the hell are you talking about?
Clay's not going to put up with it.
What do you make? Are you making that up?
No, Shaq said that, actually, yeah.
She takes it slow?
No, I'm making that part up.
You're making that up.
Yeah, there's under what scenario would Megan Thee Stallion take it slow?
She did do an interview where she was cutting back on sex. I saw that. I read that.
Was it she was being dead serious herself?
Yeah, I read it. Yeah, she was. Yeah, it was something about. Yeah, I gotta read. Gotta read that.
Okay.
I remember that it goes back to high school. It was just like, she won. Yeah, but
that's
she
by
won't
the way,
put out.
Yeah.
Okay, on to the next.
Yeah,
all
she
right,
teased the whole time. That's
you
all it
got
is.
That right.
What a
Yeah,
big tease.
Sure.
That's
right.
another one, by the way. You like putting the poker player in the Hall of Fame? Klay Thompson, right into the Hall of Fame. Don't care. No waiting. He's automatically in.
That girl put him on blast on Instagram. She's a supermodel. She goes, this guy's cheating on me, and I caught him. I mean, the hell with this guy. I mean, is it okay?
I know.
Good job, my friend. Okay.
Stay tuned. Prime time next for 4 hours and cashing out. Wake up early tomorrow. Jensen and Dave, VSiN by the book, 7 a.m. Eastern. Good luck tonight. We'll see you.